I'm dating coach and TED speaker Hayley Quinn, and in this video I'm going to be telling you about some basic principles for standards you need to have for the women you are investing your time in approaching and meeting. Now, I actually work with men and women quite equally, and something that really jumps out at me in the difference between how men and women are spoken to about dating is in women's dating advice, there is a lot of emphasis on the standards they should have around the guy that they date. You know, if the man isn't making enough effort, if he's not interested in the same level of relationship as her, if he's not seeing her enough, there's a big push there for her to hold her standards and actually to let that relationship go. Whilst on the other hand, in the dating advice that you listen to, it's all about, is there a boyfriend busting line? How can I show her that she should like me? How do I keep her interested? So as a man, you're constantly communicated to in a way that is quite disempowering. It basically says that if there's a problem with how the interaction's going, if the woman's unavailable, unresponsive, or just not really investing in the interaction, that always comes down to you and there must be something you can do to fix it. However, sometimes in trying to constantly show and prove and perform for the women you like, not only can this feel demoralizing if it isn't being met with a positive response, it can actually affect how attracted she feels to you because you're not really exhibiting that you have high enough standards. So in this video, I want to talk to you about a few ways as a man that you can hold better standards for the women that you're meeting and dating. So in a minute, I'm going to give you some really specific examples of great areas where you can demonstrate standards to her. However, the big underlying message that I want you to think about is that having standards means that you see dating as a two-way street. You don't see dating as you need to hunt, pursue, perform for this woman and she accepts you or she rejects you. If you go through dating with that mindset and you think that every woman that you're going to meet has the opportunity to reject you, then that's going to start to feel really harsh, really abrasive. It's going to be really difficult for you to motivate yourself. So instead, think of it more this way. Men and women have different roles in the dating process, but they still both have a role. This means that as much as you're going to learn how to make some really great steps forward with her, you also need her, your dance partner in this, to be able to make the reciprocal step. If she doesn't reciprocate and doesn't make that step back, then there's not really very much that you can do about it from here. So you need to always look for, when you take an action, for you to get that mirror reaction from her. And remember, whilst how she reacts to you, yes, it does reflect a little bit how well you communicated with her, how good your approach was, how smart that message you sent her was. A lot of this also comes down to how open and receptive and in a good frame of mind she is as a woman. So let's look at a few ways that this could show up for you and important areas where you can start to demonstrate that you have really good standards around the women that you're meeting. So the first thing you could look for is when it comes to the initial approach. Now, as I said, if you see approaching a woman as straight up, she accepts you or she rejects you, this is a good way to get really demotivated and feel kind of really bad about yourself quickly. Instead, I want you to flip this around. Start to see yourself by approaching her as a real opportunity creator in your life. That yes, you're attracted to her, and because of that, you're going to take this opportunity to form a social connection and see a bit more about what she's about. But remember, whilst attraction is your reason to approach her, without connection, you wouldn't really want to date her or get to know her better. It's almost like you're just kind of seeing what she's like and what she's about beyond that initial appearances. And if beyond initial appearances, you discover that she's closed off, she's not really interested in speaking to you, she seems distracted, she's not asking you anything about yourself, or you feel that immediately shut down, stop seeing that as a direct reflection of you and start just accepting that's how she happens to feel at this moment in time, and that probably doesn't line up with the kind of woman that you want to meet. So a standard you can hold for yourself around the first approach is, I would expect the woman I approach and make an effort to, if it's going to go anywhere, she's going to be polite, receptive, and hear me out. So if you don't get that response from her, instead of trying to think about how you can change what you said or how you can warm her up, the most empowering thing you could do here is just to accept the no and let it go. If you say, you know, anyway, have a really good day, or you know what, I'm just going to exit stage left, Nen. If you can treat her negative reaction with humor and with not needing to persist, not only are you honoring your standards, but you're also communicating to her that you're not going to be ceaselessly persistent, and in fact you have high standards for the women that you want to meet. The second way that you can hold standards really nicely in the dating process is by not chasing too much. Sometimes when you endlessly chase a woman, even if she's making no time to see you, she constantly cancels on commitments that she's made with you, and she just doesn't make you a priority at all, or maybe doesn't even respond to your messages. If you keep pursuing her under these circumstances, it telegraphs one message to her loud and clear. That message is, you know what, it doesn't matter if you're not a very nice person, if we don't have a connection, if you're rude to me, because you know what, you're attractive, you're hot. And because of that, I want to be with you, I want to be around you, I want to be physical with you. And really, that's suggesting that your standards for the women that you want in your life are just that she's good looking. Not only is this going to kill attraction with any women that you meet, but it's also not a high enough standard for yourself. There are loads of really attractive people out there in the world. So whilst attraction is your reason to approach, you should need more from her to keep you interested. You should need to see that she's making time for you, that she asks you questions about yourself, that she tries to offer value to the conversation, that she makes an effort when it comes to coming on a date with you, that she's responsive to your messages, that she's warm, that she's friendly. Start to build up a sense of what other values she needs to bring to the table as a person beside her good looks. And you know what? If she's not being responsive, she's not creating the time for you, not only is it the most attractive thing that you can do to walk away, but it's also the best thing to do to exhibit your standards. So the most important reason that you want to hold these standards and walk away, whether it's at the initial approach or if a woman is being unresponsive during the dating process, is it sends a much better message to yourself. If you constantly think about and re-strategize about how to show and to prove and to pursue, even when she's not investing in the interaction, what that says to yourself is, this is a really rare opportunity that I have to meet a woman I'm attracted to and to kind of convince to be with me. So I need to hold on tight to that opportunity. Instead, if you actually let stuff go and you stop pursuing, then what that says to you is, you know what? Actually, I believe that there's going to be lots more opportunities for me. I know how many great women there are out there that I can meet, and I have faith in myself that I have the abilities to go and meet them. So if you want to improve your core confidence with women, then holding your standards is a fantastic way to do this. And you'll be surprised once you do hold better standards with women, rather than that meaning that you don't have any options left at all, you'll find that because you're behaving in a way that is fundamentally more attractive, you instead have more opportunities and options with women that will open up. So maybe a little homework that you can do as a result of watching this video is you can make a list for yourself about standards of what you are looking for in a woman, independent of what she looks like. Because when you go to the dating table, just like she does, not just with an expectation you're going to be attracted to your date, but also with an expectation that your date is going to show up for you as having certain personal qualities, your standards are going to be higher, and you're going to be communicating with her in a way more that you're on an equal footing, which is going to make you far more attractive. If you do want to understand more about how women approach dating and what they think, please head to the link below this video, hayleyquinn.com/approach. In it, I've got 3 brand new videos that you won't be able to see elsewhere, which will really be helping to explain the woman's experience of dating for you, so you can really get inside her mind and understand how women are approaching dating and how you can also improve your self-confidence in this area. And if you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, like, comment, and all that other good stuff. And I'll look forward to seeing you again soon.